What's going on, good looking? It's your favorite dating coach, Elliot Scott, and today, we're going to talk, sorry about that, we're going to talk about where to meet men, right? Quality men. Men that you want, men who want the same thing you do, men who want monogamy, men who want a serious relationship, to fall in love, have babies, or not. I don't care what you want, I don't know. But I want to go into actual detail about it and on the subject, and I'm not just going to talk about where to meet the guys, right? I'm going to go a little further because I think it's important to realize this, right? So you can kind of establish it or put it towards any place you're going and wonder if there's a quality man there or not. And that is the metadata on what men are looking for or what men are trying to get for themselves. Okay, so let me give you a great example. There's two things I like to talk about. The one is what I call low barrier entry. And these are places men go, and it's usually in bunches. Like, there's a lot of men in these areas. Online dating's one. Bars and clubs are another. And it's areas where there are a lot of men. And usually this lot of men doesn't mean better quality. It actually means probably worse quality because it has a low barrier of entry. Where these men just go in and they're trying to get a certain type of woman. And I call it a low barrier entry because usually when a man goes to these places, he has a better time of scoring a woman or what he wants. And I would say there's less accountability and there's less confrontation doing so. So for example, when a guy goes online dating, he's on the site and he's looking at all of these women. You know, any guy can go on this site and find a woman for his desires. It's literally, if you have to think of online dating as a catalog, and he can just pick and choose what he wants and says what he wants and does what he wants on there because there's no accountability. There's no confrontations. He can say, "Hey, suck my dick. Hey, this. Hey, that." Sorry, that's a little that was a little vulgar there, but hey, I want to fuck, or hey, this, hey, that. And he's going to say these things, and it doesn't matter how you, like, there's only a reward towards it, right? Because you can either say, LOL, really, ha ha ha, or, maybe after, like, you can say something. And if he gets the response he wants, great. He's going to keep on going forward. Or if you block him, okay, so what? It's not going to hurt him because he has no accountability. There's no confrontation, as if you were in person and he walked up to you and said that, you'd slap him across the face, right? So, depending on the places you're at, a guy's going to act or become a certain person. So that's online dating. I think a lot of online dating, there's guys who are more sexual because they can be. Again, there's no confrontation. It's low risk towards his ego. I talk about the healthy ego and the unhealthy ego. It's low risk. If you say no, it's not to his face. He's not accountable. He's not being confronted. There's no tension. There's no drama. There's nothing. It's just no, whatever. Okay, next one. So that's why a lot of guys do and say the things they want online. Now, for a bar, I'm going to say it's the same thing, just not as direct with the sexual content. And the reason I say it's the same thing because I like to think of a bar as a African water hole, right? Like, all the men are fucking alligators. They're sitting at the bottom, waiting for the women to come in, and then they jump up and they take a bite out of that ass, right? They take a big old chunk out of that ass, and and try to win a woman over that night and try to sleep with her, or try to win a woman over and then sleep with her that same night, or get that number and go from there. And again, the reason I think this is bad, I take that back. You can find quality men on dating sites, and you can find quality men at bars. I'm talking about probability wise. But the reason I would say a bar's not the best place, again, you can find quality guys at bars, and there's a lot of guys at bars, so you're actually going to do damage by not going, okay? Or you're going to do damage by not signing up for online dating. However, I need you to know, though, that you're going to not get the best quality or the probabilities in your favor. But the reason I would say bars are not the hottest thing is because when you go to a bar, what's that guy doing? But when you go to a bar, Guys are going with a certain mindset, a stigma. Like when a guy goes to a bar at night, same as a woman, or a woman dresses up for a reason, right? Now you can say, I just want to look good, feel sexy, and stuff like that, but subconsciously it's attention. And I think a guy's the same way. Like a guy goes to a bar, spits that game, drinks those beers, that liquid courage, and acts a certain way and goes with his boys and scopes women because he wants the attention and attraction and the sexual tension or bond with a woman. So he's going there with a mindset of, I'm going to get laid. Even if he doesn't, or even if he doesn't try to get laid, he's still going there with that kind of subconscious mindset. So when you meet a guy at a bar, you're going to kind of have that aura, that frame around you two and what's going on. So when he first thinks of you, or when he sees you the next day or gets your number or something like that, he's going to remember you as the girl from the bar, okay? Not the girl who swept him off his feet, not the girl who did this, not the girl at, reading a Dorian Gray or a Great Gatsby book, whatever, right? Well, that's just my thing because I'm into literature, but he's not gonna see you as that kind of girl. He's gonna see you as the girl from what's that guy? See that guy eyeing me, dude? He was like flirting with my car, man. But he's not gonna see you as that type of girl. So my biggest recommendation, first off, is meeting guys during the day. And there's several reasons I say this. Number one, when you meet a guy during the day, he's out of that mindset. He doesn't have the I'm going to find a girl at a bar, I'm going to hook up with her, I'm going to bang her, or she's the girl from the bar, right? He doesn't have that sexual mode, that sexual aura, frame, atmosphere, whatever you want to call it, around you. Secondly, there's not a lot of competition. You don't have a lot of competition during the day because of women aren't. Of course, there's a lot of women out during the day, but when you're at a bar, like every single woman is competition, right? You might not think of it that way, but it is. Every woman's trying to look their best. Every woman's flirtatious. Every woman's showing something off. Every woman's makeup, hair done, earrings, all that. Women are drinking, so the people are a little more flirtatious and forward, and they just have that I don't know, confident boost because of it. So everyone's a little more competitive, all right? And you have a lot of you in a small place, so it's harder for you. The odds are not in your favor. No matter how pretty you are, the odds are not I'm not saying you can't get a guy, but the odds are against you because there's 1,000 women or 100 women, whatever, versus you. Probability wise, not good for you. But when but during the day, these women aren't looking good. These women aren't looking their best. Like if you're at a college, when I was at college, all girls wore were now they still look good in them, but sweatpants, and I went in the morning, so they just throw their hair up, sweatpants, what's it called, sweater, some Uggs, some Ugg boots, and then that was it. So when it was a good-looking girl who took care of herself in the morning because she had her whole day planned out or whatever, she looked good and she caught my attention. So with that being said, I think day game's the most important parts. Now the second thing is, where do I meet these guys at? I would first go into the common areas such as coffee shops, school, through friends, DIY stores, I don't know what you guys have overseas or something, but I don't know, we have like Home Depot, Lowe's, things like that, because those are the kind of men I think who are more like mature. Like you're there for a reason, right? You're trying to build. Now, of course, if you're younger, that's not your thing. I would go to do a college or a Starbucks or something. But do things that you're interested in. Like if you want a mature man who's real handy, I think, who's a manly man, I would say you would find that guy at a DIY store. Let's say another thing I would do is try to find someone who is into your the same hobbies as you. If you like rock climbing, go rock climbing. If you like rowing, go rowing. If you want a guy who's into fitness, go to the gym. Actually, there's certain things I think you should do no matter what. A gym is one. I think Starbucks is another. I think work or school or friends is the third one. There's some things you should just have no matter what. And I know you're probably hearing these things. You're like, okay, yeah, give me some real shit. Let me tell you, if you actually aren't taking advantage of all of these things, I really don't think people are. If you're taking advantage of online dating, if you're fully taking advantage of your friends and your friends know friends or something like that, if you're taking advantage of going out to the club or bar maybe once a week, twice, well, I'll say once a week, DIY stores, gym, rock climbing, whatever hobby or thing or extra activity, volunteering, whatever activity you're wanting to do. If you're not picking up men through this, then you need to work on yourself. It's not finding the men. You're not doing something, especially with all the dating sites and all the bars you can go to now. Like, why not just go to a bar and then jump to another bar in one night, right? Like, you're not giving yourself the full potential you can get. Or stay at Starbucks longer. Like, sit down with a friend at Starbucks and do your homework there. Do your business there. Do whatever you got to do there. And if you see a nice, good-looking guy come in, go talk to him. Now, again, I know that's easier said than done. I'll probably make a video on that in the future. But, that's basically what you have to remember. It's not so much you as it is the mindset of the guy. If you want a guy, the right guy, you have to meet him at the right time. And even though I do think you can meet a nice guy at a bar, you can meet a nice guy at a club, you can meet a nice guy online, but the majority of the time the probability wise, those guys are not in the same frame of mindset that you are in. So with that being said, remember it's not about the frame, it's about the frame. Sorry, it's about the frame. It's about the time of the day. It's about where you're meeting the person and all those kind of things. Kind of molded together to find you the perfect guy. So I love you guys. Take care. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. Links below. Actually, you know where the subscribe button is. It's down there somewhere. Get my free ebook, 254 pages, especially if you want to learn how to attract men in these situations that we're talking about, because I go over it in the book. It would be very helpful. I love you guys. Peace.